The news at 5:30 starts right now.
San Antonio police investigating the death of a man downtown overnight.
That man was found dead outside of a parking garage near the Bexar County Courthouse.
Camelia Juarez gives us a first look at that suspect tonight and new details on what police think happened.
Tonight, this man, 28-year-old Fabian Rodriguez, is behind bars, accused of killing another man near the Bexar County Courthouse. Just before 2 this morning, San Antonio police were called out to the corner of East Nueva and South Flores for a welfare check. Police say what they found was a man in his early 20s dead on the sidewalk.
Investigators spent several hours canvassing this area looking for the person involved. Police say after speaking to several witnesses, they were able to find their suspect inside this parking garage with a gun.
Investigators on scene say the victim had major trauma to the back of the head. The cause of death has not been released. Rodriguez is charged with first-degree murder. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
New tonight, San Antonio police are looking for a gunman after a dispute over money ended in gunfire. This all happened around 11 this morning in the 1200 block of Salito Street. That's on the city's west side. San Antonio police say two men were arguing when one of them pulled out a gun and shot the other. Police say the shooter took off in a red Ford F-150, and they're still looking for them tonight. The victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Another shooting to tell you about now. This one, a drive-by over on the east side. It happened around on Austin Street near Highway 281, not far from downtown. Police say a woman was in her front yard when someone started shooting. She was hit in the leg and taken to a nearby hospital. Officers say her injury is non-life-threatening. So far, police do not have any information on the suspect, but they do believe a pickup truck was involved.
Also new tonight, a major lawsuit is in the process of being filed on behalf of those impacted by the Rhode Elementary School shooting.
That class action suit names multiple defendants, including gun manufacturer Daniel Defense.
Our Lee Waldman spoke with the lead attorney.
The $27 billion class action lawsuit was just announced today. California-based civil rights attorney Charles Bonner says the massive suit will fight for two things: accountability and justice. The list of defendants being named in the suit is long. It includes Daniel Defense, the manufacturer of the gun used in the May 24th shooting, Oasis Outback, the store that sold the gun, the city of Uvalde, Uvalde PD, Uvalde CISD, and their police force, as well as DPS and Border Patrol. More individuals from those entities will eventually be named. Bonner says this is the first of its kind suit because it goes after constitutionality. He cites the 14th Amendment, which he says guarantees the right to life. Bonner says the 21 people killed at Rhode had that right violated, and so did every parent kept outside of the school and every person who was inside when the shooting started. At this point, he has 20 people signed on to be included in the suit, but he hopes that number grows substantially. Tonight on the Night Beat, you'll hear directly from Bonner, as well as a Uvalde pastor who's working to connect families with legal counsel. And Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Today was a humid day for us all around San Antonio. Now, we did have a couple of isolated stray showers, and even right now we've got some thunderstorms across our coastal communities in DeWitt County, in Gonzales, and in Lavaca County. Just some healthy rain that's pushing off to the north. It's moving pretty quickly. No severe weather with that. And again, around San Antonio, if you were lucky today, you got a brief passing shower. Pretty much kept temperatures down into the low 90s. It's 91 degrees outside right now, but look at that. It feels closer to 100. Now, if you're planning your Sunday evening tonight, it's just going to be a humid one. Temperatures are going to be falling into the 80s. We've got a lot to talk about, though, in the forecast. Now, tomorrow, for most of the day, it's just going to be humid. But in the evening, our rain chances increase. In fact, our best rain chance in the week ahead is tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. And there is a flooding potential, mainly up in the hill country. A lot to talk about. I'll show you the future cast, and I'll give you a timeline of the best chance for rain of San Antonio. We'll even talk about the potential for how much rain we could see. 10.
All right, Sarah, thank you. We'll look forward to that in just a bit. Meanwhile, new tonight, the CDC says more than 41,000 monkeypox cases have been confirmed worldwide. The U.S. has by far the highest number of cases right now, with more than 14,000. Next is Spain with nearly 6,000. Then Brazil and Germany and the UK rounding out the top five. They all have at least 3,000 cases each. Meanwhile, the CDC is reporting that Texas has 1,079 cases, and here at home in Bexar County, 22 cases are now being reported.
Well, if you're looking for a job, time to listen up. HEB is hosting a hiring event happening at all of its Texas stores. The one-day hiring event is happening this week on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Representatives will be conducting on-site interviews at every HEB Central Market and Mi Tienda location. According to HEB, there are more than 250 positions to apply for just in the San Antonio area. For more information, just find the story on KSAT.com.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30 on this Sunday, how one hay farmer is dealing with the extreme drought while other people in the U.S. are dealing with flooding conditions. Plus, a look at our forecast here at home with Sarah Spivey when we return. Welcome back. At least 140 more asylum seekers arrived on buses in New York City today.
The New York City mayor's office is calling it the largest single-day arrival of migrants from Texas. There was a mix of individuals and families, including 10 children and a baby just 10 months old. Governor Greg Abbott is sending the buses to New York to protest the Biden administration's immigration policies. 2 bilingual lawyers were at the Port Authority bus station to help them with legal questions. A multi-agency effort is making sure they have food, clothing, and shelter, and that the children are enrolled in school.
Turning now to the weather, extreme threats continue today across the U.S. Millions are under flood watches tonight in the Southwest and Southern Plains.
Meanwhile, other parts of the U.S. experiencing a historic drought, including right here in Texas. And as Cole Higgin reports, there's even a growing drought in the Northeast.
From June all the way until now, I think we've had probably one rainstorm that I can remember.
Mylan Adams, a Rhode Island hay farmer, is feeling the effects of extreme drought conditions across New England.
My fields right now are completely burnt, probably only about 4 or 5 inches tall when normally they're foot and a half.
In the West, the region is experiencing what scientists say is the worst drought in centuries.
We have this climate crisis that is affecting water in the West, and these reservoirs, Lake Powell and Lake Mead, have gotten to what are now historically low levels.
The drought is drying up the Colorado River system, and the Biden administration says all the states that rely on this critical resource must reduce their water use to avoid a, quote, catastrophic collapse. And now more than 4 million people in Southern California are being asked to cut outdoor watering for 15 days next month as officials work to repair a leaky pipeline from the Colorado River. Some California cities taking things a step further, paying residents up to $6 per square foot of lawn removed.
A lot of people feel like, what can my little piece of grass in the backyard, side yard, how can that help such a huge area of Southern California? Every drop helps. Every drop of water we save today is a drop for the future.
Across the Southwest this weekend, heavy rain and flash flooding. In Utah's Zion National Park, search and rescue crews looking for a missing person Saturday. Rangers say hikers were being swept off their feet by flash flooding in the Virgin River. And in the Southern Plains Sunday, more than 9 million people remain under flood watches. I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
All right, that is what is happening around our country this weekend. Back here at home, we've seen some splash and dash showers, but, nothing extreme. Not really expecting anything extreme, but we could be getting some rain.
Yeah, especially across the hill country, Tim and Courtney. And that's where in the hill country there is a worse risk for some flooding. But guess what's in the hill country? The catchment area for the Edwards Aquifer. The aquifer is up about a foot over the past 24 hours. In the pollen count today, we got molds are high past 1,500. Fall elm is low. More on which areas have the best chance for rain tomorrow, and I'll take you through the Futurecast coming up.
So again, to reiterate, not extreme, but at least we have some rain in the forecast, because I know a lot of people didn't get some in the last week or so and they were not happy.
That's right, Tim and Courtney. Yeah, the rain will continue to be scattered in nature over the coming days. So as it has been, there will be those who get good rain, and then unfortunately there will be those who miss out. Instead of last weekend when most of the rain fell south of Highway 90, tomorrow most of the rain in the evening and early on Tuesday is going to fall in the hill country. But let's get down to business. Let's talk about the radar right now. We do have some showers and storms across our coastal communities. Out near Gonzales and Hallettsville early this evening, these will dissipate as the sun sets closer to 8. And again, around San Antonio, it's quiet right now. Earlier today, though, we did have a couple of very, very light isolated showers that kept temperatures down a little bit. Up near Leon Springs, we got a few hundredths of an inch of rain. Out near Seguin, a few hundredths of an inch of rain, and near Elmendorf up to about a quarter of an inch of rainfall. Again, most of the healthier rain has been across our coastal communities. Cuero about an inch, Schulenburg near an inch, and Gonzales about a quarter of an inch of rainfall today. So we got up to 92. That's it for the high temperature. Again, we had a few more clouds, a little bit of humidity out there, and a few passing showers that kept temperatures down. But as we head into this upcoming week, we have a few ingredients that are working together to be bringing us a better chance for rain, particularly tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. Take a look at the satellite and radar across the state of Texas. One of the ingredients, tropical moisture that's funneling in from the south. The atmosphere is really juicy right now. It just needs a bit of lift, and it's going to get some lift from a low pressure system and a cold front that's up near Lubbock at the moment. Now, as we look at the futurecast, the heaviest rain is going to be across North Texas in the coming days. We're talking about Dallas, Fort Worth, Texarkana, and points east. Here in San Antonio, we are going to be on the tail end of things. So as we look into the day tomorrow, most of the day will be completely quiet tomorrow. Into the afternoon, it's still going to be quiet and hot. But as we head into the evening hours, that front is going to sag across the hill country. This is a snapshot of tomorrow around 7 p.m. That's when we're going to start to see some scattered showers and storms develop. And then after that, there is the potential for a few scattered showers and storms around San Antonio late in the evening tomorrow into Tuesday. Now, for most of the evening, it should be late evening overnight hours. Monday night into Tuesday, it should be quiet. But by Tuesday morning, we could see some additional development there. So, how much rain are we talking? Better rain chances up in the hill country, so north of Highway 90. Up to 3 inches, maybe even pockets of more than that for areas like Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Bernie, even into Comal County. It's these areas in the hill country that we're going to have to watch for some flooding issues. So we could have some potential flash flooding. We'll keep you updated. Again, this is Monday night through midday Tuesday around San Antonio. Because we're going to be on the tail end of things, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. Pockets of more than that, sure, but generally 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches around the Alamo City. And then further south of Highway 90 you go, less rain, unfortunately. We'll be keeping you updated. Just to summarize your Monday for you: in the morning, early tomorrow, 78, humid, 89 by noon, 95 for the afternoon. It's after 5 p.m. that our rain chances go up in the Alamo City. Southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. As far as highs go, we'll be at 95 in San Antonio, even cooler in the hill country with that rain arriving earlier. 95 in Del Rio, 100 in Carrizo Springs, 98 in Gonzales. Just to summarize everything, here's your need to know this week. Plan for the best rain chances tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. 50%. Still going to be hit or miss, scattered rain. There will be those that get rain, those that don't. What we're watching for is heavy rainfall potential with localized flooding. And then we'll continue to see hit or miss showers on Wednesday, but the chance is only 40%. Rain chances will taper off by the weekend. Tim and Courtney.
I still like seeing those all through the week, no matter how low.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Saying there's a chance.
That's right. All right, Larry, Cowboys looked better last night. They didn't have as many penalties as they did last week.
Yeah, and their return game, thanks to Cavante Turpin, was electrifying. The young man stands 5'9". He is super fast, very elusive, and he had 2 kick returns for touchdowns yesterday. Plus, our BGC preview takes us out to Durdenton. Coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys beat the LA Chargers last night 32-18, improving to 1-1 this preseason. Cowboys rookie wide receiver Cavante Turpin stole the show. First quarter, he fields the kick at the 2-yard line, finds a crease, cuts to his right, and then turns on the speed for a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and the Cowboys lead 7-3, just the spark Dallas needed. Second quarter now, Turpin does it again, this time on a punt return. He makes one Charger miss, then he slices and dices his way through the crowd. He runs by the punter, and there he goes, 86 yards to the house, and the boys lead 22-10. You know, I think it's safe to say he's on the verge of making the 53-man roster thanks to his speed.
On both of them, I just feel like, man, speed kills. You know, I just use my speed to, you know, take advantage of our blockers and the way they were blocking. You know, I just feel like it was great on our special teams, on our special team unit.
Chargers rookie safety J.T. Woods from Steele High School had 4 solo tackles and now has 5 total tackles in 2 preseason games. Steelers to the Jaguars last night. Number 98, DeMarvin Leal, fights through the O-line to sack the Jags quarterback for a 2-yard loss. His first pro sack to go with 2 tackles. Steelers win 16-15. UTSA football held its media day yesterday, 2 weeks ahead of their season opener at home against Houston. Several players were made available, including cornerback Nick Troy Fortune. The senior transferred from West Virginia, where he played in 29 games and made 19 starts for the Mountaineers. He was asked what's the biggest difference between the West Virginia staff and Coach Traylor's staff.
I'll just say overall, just the environment is very genuine. It's love with everybody. Not to say it was bad over there, but over here it's just you feel more loved. You know, the bond with your guys are more real, you know what I'm saying? So that was just really the biggest thing for me coming here was just the genuine love, because I'm big on that, so that was really big, just being here.
Fortune said camp has been going good, and all he had to do was get used to the Texas heat, which he called different. Saturday was also media day for Incarnate Word. Quarterback Lindsey Scott Jr., a grad transfer from Nicholls State, has taken over an offense with 9 preseason all-conference selections, including himself. So what are his expectations for the offense this season?
We expect a lot of ourselves, but even if we had no preseason honors, no guys coming back, we still have a lot of expectations for ourselves because that's the standard that these coaches hold for us and the standards we hold for ourselves.
In total, UIW led the Southland Conference with 16 all-conference football selections. It's time to check in with Jordan 10 as we continue our big game coverage previews. The Indians went 6-5 last season, advancing to the playoffs for the 6th straight year. They have 13 starters returning. That's 7 on offense, 6 on defense. They are favored to win District 14-3A Division I per Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Jordan dealt with many injuries last season, including some to key seniors, so a lot of younger guys had to step in, and hopefully that experience pays off this season.
Being able to step into a playoff atmosphere like that, hopefully that carries over into this season, and that experience takes us a long ways and gets us a lot of wins.
Staying humble and knowing each year is different, and coming into each year that it's a new year. So it's not the same as last year. It's a new year. We have to work just as hard, if not harder.
Jordan will open the season at home Friday night, the 26th, with Natalia at 7 p.m. Yesterday, Cornerstone Volleyball swept Westlake in the championship match of the Fräulein Volleyfest tournament in New Braunfels. Senior Nayeli Gonzalez was named MVP. The Warriors are 21-1 this season, and one of those wins was head coach Mike Carter's 1,000th career victory. Certainly looks like Cornerstone is primed for a special season.
I don't think we expected to go this big within the first 2 weeks of playing. We kind of just got back together a week before Pearland it was, and his big win really pushed us into saying, you know what, he got 1,000. I was like, let's give him 2,000. Let's give him 1,100 or whatever we can. Let's just keep pushing for him as well.
Cornerstone will host Eagle Pass on Tuesday night. San Antonio FC dodged a loss last night in their home match against RGV FC. The Alamo City Club fell behind 2-0 in the first half before completing a dramatic rally to salvage a 2-2 draw. Shannon Gomez cut the deficit in half in the 59th minute. And team captain Mitchell Tainter played hero by scoring the equalizer with an incredible header in the final minutes of stoppage time. Tainter's leadership was just as important as the goal. He got the team to huddle up immediately after falling behind 2-0.
We really needed to regroup, and we could not let in a third because that would have been devastating. It was already devastating enough letting in two, so I felt like it was good to get the group together, and it was really difficult to do that considering how loud the fans were tonight, but it was a great atmosphere, and we were able to get the guys together, regroup, and then go from there.
SAFC leads the Western Conference with 57 total points, 5 ahead of San Diego, and they still have the best record in the entire USL.
You'll make me tear up. I'm the softy of the two, right?
Hey, don't miss part 2 of our sit down with Jeff Traylor and his wife Carrie tonight at Instant Replay. You'll see the softer side of Coach when he talks about his wife and his family tonight at 11 after the Night Beat.
Did you make Coach cry?
Yeah,
Larry,
bit, little tears.
How dare you?
That's good interviewing. Good job.
We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for spending part of your Sunday evening with us. We'll be back here again tonight for the Night Beat at 10.
Have a good evening. We'll see you then.